Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame here, back with another video. On this channel, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards. And today's video, I'm going to talk a lot about baseball cards. I've alluded to in my couple most recent videos. I'm getting tongue-tied already, that's not a good sign. I've alluded to in my last few videos that I had an announcement to make on the channel, and I'm going to go ahead and do that today. But really I have more than one announcement. So the announcement that I alluded to before on my channel is really good news, and then I have another announcement that's maybe not so good news, but I'm trying to find a silver lining in it. So the first one is I've accepted another position at my school. I'm going to start teaching biology next year, and my degree is finished, but I don't have a teaching certification. And once I get hired on and start teaching biology, I'll have 2 years to get certified. And there's a program that I will have to enter into, and 2 massive tests that I will have to take in order to get my teaching certification. So with that, I'm not coaching next year. So we have a few more games this week and then the following week, and then our season is for the most part done anyway. It depends on how far varsity goes into the playoffs and stuff like that. But I'm not coaching next year, and probably in the foreseeable future, in order to allow me to get everything taken care of that I need to do to get my teaching certification all wrapped up. But with that, that means that I won't have any excuse to not go to Strongsville next year. And that isn't really why this came together, but it's just kind of a side effect of everything happening the way that it did. And this came together really quick one day, a week or two ago at school. So I'm pretty excited to be going back to the classroom. I love science, I love history, and I'm excited to be going back into a teaching role. The second part, or the second announcement, is one that is a little bit bittersweet, maybe a lot bittersweet. And I actually may get upset, but I'll try my best to get through this. So we have had some unforeseen expenses at the house pop up here recently, and major projects, or fairly major projects, that we're going to have to take care of here at the house. And I've decided that instead of using or using part of or dipping into our savings to take care of this, I've decided that I'm going to sell all my graded cards. Now, they're all packed up. They're all ready to go to the show in Columbia this weekend. And I've talked about the show in Columbia and that I was setting up. And then here recently, I decided that I was going to go ahead and try to sell everything. And what this means, though, the silver lining in this is that I'm not done collecting. Like, I'm still going to have my monthly card allowance. I'll probably be buying shows or buying cards next weekend at the show. But what this means is, the silver lining that I'm taking from this is I'll be able to reset my collection. I'll be able to focus more. And initially, what I'll probably be focusing on is Hall of Fame rookie cards. My collection, as I was going through it today and yesterday, pricing everything, is really all over the place, and I love it. I have some amazing cards that I will hate to see go, that will be hard to replace, but I will be able to, as we move through these issues, be able to kind of restart my collection in a more focused way. And the main cards that the biggest card that I'm concerned about is my Hank Aaron rookie. And my buddy Tom and I have worked out a deal um, for that card, and then that way I know it's in a good home and that Tom will take care of it. Tom needs a Hank Aaron rookie card, and then Tom gave me the option to where if I decide I want to buy it back, I can buy it back from him. So to me, that's really kind of the best circumstance. There are a few cards that will give me heartburn to let go because they have special meaning to me. And really, once I sell them to a random dude at a card show, they're pretty much gone. Like, I can replace the card and the grade and all that other stuff, but what's a little bit harder to replace is the memories of those cards and who I got them from. And some of these cards I've bought over the last few years from some of my best friends within the hobby. And so all the local guys, I'll give them the opportunity to buy them back from me for what I paid for them if they want them back. And then if they don't want them back, then I'll go ahead and sell them at the show coming up this weekend, hopefully in Columbia, and then hopefully in the Boonville show that's going to come up here toward the end of June. And I've spent a big chunk of the last few days pricing everything. Today is Sunday, the 27th of April. And I spent a big chunk yesterday and a big chunk today pricing cards out and getting ready for the show. I'm still going to go through my collection and pull out some ungraded stuff that I want to take with me to the show and try to sell as well. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna document this or anything. Of course, I'll shoot footage from the shows and then my upcoming pickups. Like, of course, I'll show those, but I don't think I'm gonna talk about, how many cards I sold this week and how many cards I have left in my collection and how much I've sold them for or any of that. I don't think I'm going to go that deep into it. And none of this is clickbait. Like, this is for real. I talked to Chris and Tom, my buddy Justin, and my buddy Joe from Redneck Collector and Justin from Go Crazy Card Collecting. I talked to them, yesterday and talked to all those guys, and this is real. This is not clickbait. This is not for views. I'm gonna sell my cards, as many of them as I can, to get these big projects taken care of around the house, taken care of, and a couple other things. Because my thought process was, if I'm gonna sell my Hank Aaron card, I'm just gonna sell everything, and then, or all my graded cards anyway, and then that will allow us to take care of these projects without having to use any of our savings. And then while I'm doing that, then I'm just going to sell all my graded cards and I'm going to pay a bill off, hopefully, and that will free up some money. And then I think once that is all taken care of, I think what I'm going to do is up my budget, and this isn't finalized yet, but I'm going to up my budget by another $50 a month, which will put me at $500 a month on my new budget. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to starting fresh. Some of the cards that I will be selling, I will absolutely be buying again. But I want to go through this in a little bit more orderly fashion instead of just shotgun blasts all over the place. And a lot of the cards I have in my collection are amazing, but they don't really have any rhyme or reason to them other than I just like the cards, which is great. But I want to get a little bit more focus in my collection, at least initially to start out. Like I said, for the first while, I'll be buying Hall of Fame rookie cards, all the ones that I can afford, probably starting in the 40s and moving my way forward. And then once I get those, then I may go back earlier. Like, I really want a 39 play ball Ted Williams, but that's a super expensive card. And then, so if it gets to the point to where I have all the cards that I can comfortably afford, then I'll start branching out into, more 62 Topps Yastrzemski, 55 Bowman, Hank Aaron, some of that stuff that I have in my collection that would go toward a player run. I just haven't started a player run yet. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut this. I'll grab some of the cards and go through them and show you some of what I've got all priced out, and we'll be looking to sell. So hang on, I'll be right back with you. All right, so I grabbed a couple stacks. I'm not going to go through everything because this would be a really long video if I did, but here are my Pooh Hulse cards that I'm going to be looking to sell. And again, I'm not showing you these cards or telling you that I'm selling everything so all of you reach out to me and want to buy my cards. Like, that's not my intent. I'm not trying to sell. I'm not doing this video so I can hit you all up to buy my cards. That is not my intention. But again, I'll be selling these at shows. If there are cards that you're interested in, I can't promise that I will have them here by this time next weekend. But if you see any that you're interested in, feel free to email me, reach out, and then maybe we can work a deal. But really, I just want to sell as many as I can in as short amount of time and get as much money as I possibly can together so we can get this stuff taken care of at the house. So my buddy Ben from Blick's Cards gave me this card a while ago. And so anything that was a gift, of course, I'm going to keep those. But if I sell everything that I plan on selling, I think I will have about 5 graded cards that were all gifts. So here are some of my Pooh Hulse cards. This one I bought with my buddy Tom and Chris and Mauricio, all at a show in St. Louis. Albert Pujols Topps rookie. This is one I bought ungraded several years ago down in Springfield and got graded. That was actually my first Pujols rookie. Here, this is my first Yadi Molina rookie. And some of these are priced a little bit above comps, so there's a little wiggle room and negotiation room in there, but most of these are, or all of them are, fairly priced in my opinion. Especially, like, some of these I can't find comps on. Like, not very many of these have sold in PSA or SGC, but especially SGC. So there's those are the Pooh Hulses that I have, or Cardinals, Pooh Hulse and Molina that I have. And so some of those absolutely I will want to have back at some point, like a Topps Pooh Hulse rookie. Here's one I picked up from Coop on the way back from the National last year. So I'm going to give Coop the opportunity to buy this back at what I paid for it. If he wants it back, I'd be happy to sell it back to him. And this has gone up quite a bit in value since I bought it. But again, a great card. And the rest of these are cards I bought from Tom. So I'm going to give Tom the opportunity to buy these back if he wants them. And then if not, he told me I could just go ahead and sell them. Ozzie rookie, George Brett rookie, 64 Topps Hank Aaron, 64 Topps League Leaders, Hank Aaron, Bill White, and Ken Boyer. I got all these off of Tom. Red Schoendienst, '63 Topps Gibby, Lou Brock. And Tom and I have the same mindset and the same eye when it comes to buying cards. We both look for the same eye appeal and centering and all that stuff. And of course, here's the big one. Some of these have sold recently for $2,700 that, in my opinion, are not as nice as this one. Like, they're off-centered, or they have worse corners, or bigger creases, stuff like that. So I really do think that if I weren't going to give Tom the opportunity to to just give me my money back on that and hopefully hold it for me for a while, I think I could get close to $3 grand for that card. Maybe I'm biased because, again, it's mine. Here's another one I got off of Tom. $75 Topps Hank Aaron. I love this card. And again, these are the types of cards that I want in my collection and will eventually want to buy back or to buy again to get back in my collection. But again, I want to focus on the rookie cards. It'll take me probably 3 or 4 years to get all the ones that I want and can afford. And then once I do that, then I'll branch out, like I said, into more player run type cards. This is one I bought at a show, but Tom really likes this card. So this is a card I would sell to Tom if he wants it. And then here's a Pudge in the old SGC label. So yeah, it'll be sad to see some of these cards go. They're really about probably, I don't know, 10 or so that I have some emotional ties to. That it'll be upsetting to see those cards go, but they're all replaceable. All these cards I've bought once, I can buy them again. None of them are irreplaceable. But again, like I said, it'll allow me to just to focus a little bit more within my collection, do one major project at a time instead of just being all over the place. And I really like rookie cards, and that's really what I want to focus on. So, you know, I don't have a Johnny Bench rookie yet. I don't have a Nolan Ryan rookie. You know, I won't have a Hank Aaron rookie. That'll be one that I want to buy back pretty quickly after I get all this stuff taken care of. But I'm probably not going to be saving up months worth of budget to buy any bigger cards until I know this stuff is taken care of, because, you know, my family comes first and the house comes first, and we are not in financial trouble. Please, no one be concerned about me. This is not what this is about. This is about me just not wanting to use savings to get this stuff taken care of, because you never know what else can pop up, and that savings is there, and we might need it. If something else pops up, then that savings is there. If I use our savings for these projects, it's going to take us a while to build that back up to the level it's at. So it would just be easier to move some of this cardboard, or a lot of this cardboard, or hopefully all of this cardboard. But yeah, so I don't know. Again, of course, I have mixed emotions. Part of me is, again, really sad to see some of these cards go, but part of me is really excited to be able to get this stuff taken care of around the house, and to start my collection in a new direction. So, you know, before I didn't have, again, a Stan Musial rookie, a Bob Gibson rookie, a Yogi Berra rookie, a Duke Snider rookie. Like, there are a lot of rookie cards that I want and don't have. And then that's going to be my focus. And I'm just going to meticulously work through the decades buying the rookie cards that I want. And then when I get those, and again, it's going to take a while, then I'll decide on where I go from there. But I'm pretty excited to get started, in all honesty. And it'll be a weird feeling having 4 slabs in my collection, because once I switched from hockey to baseball in like 2018, 2019, I think I had 3 graded cards in my collection, and a lot of cards have come through this collection through the years. Some of them, I think at one point I was probably up to 300 or 350 graded cards, somewhere around there. But I started moving stuff that was lower graded than I wanted in my collection, or just didn't have the eye appeal that I wanted in my collection, or just weren't really cards that excited me. And so I think I was down to about 200 graded cards about this time last year and have slowly worked my way back up to about 250 or so. But it'll be nice to, again, start from scratch and have purpose and intention in every card that I buy. And this will be the last time that I ever plan on doing this. And hopefully I never have to do it again. But I'm excited to start anew, even though, like I said, some of these cards will be hard to replace, that I'm attached to. So again, thank you everyone for your support. I just hit 1,580 subscribers yesterday, so I'm on the home stretch to 1,600. So if you're still with me and you're not already subscribed, if you would do that, I would appreciate that tremendously. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe as well. And then if you would like, drop a like and feel free to comment. So I appreciate everyone as always. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up at that. So until the next one, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll talk to you later.